Hello everyone, we're gonna carve mandibular right permanent molar today. I've done the first step here, that is, first you take the block and divide the crown and root portions, and then keep the block like this in buccal side and cut a part of distal side like this. Cut a part of distal side so that it will look something like this. It should uh, look like this. And then now we're going to do the crest of curvature, that is, take the mesial side and divide the crown into three halves. The buccal side, it is on the junction of cervical and middle one third, and on the lingual side it is on the middle of middle one third. Just remove wax on both the sides to do the crest of curvature. Now I'm doing for the lingual side. I've done, just make it look more prominent. Now we have almost done the sides. Now we're going to do the occlusal table. So there are actually 5 cusps, 3 on the buccal side and 2 on the lingual side. So in that the two cusps in the buccal side, that is the mesiobuccal and the distobuccal cusps are like almost equal and larger, and the mesiolingual and buccolingual cusps are also larger. The distolingual cusp is the smallest cusp, and it is like it is not as big as the other 4 cusps. I've just made a line like this to carve out the cusps. Okay, so now I'm going to make a line and make a groove for the mesiobuccal cusp. Can you see? And then one for the distobuccal cusp. That's it. Can you see? So I've just made 2 slopes kind of thing for the mesiobuccal and the distobuccal cusp, not touching the distal cusp now. So after making this, we are going to do the cusps. I'm just drawing a straight line for the cusp. Now for the distobuccal cusp. Now I'm going to do the mesiopalatal cusp. These two ridges should almost look like they meet each other. And so I've just carved the mesiobuccal and the mesiolingual cusps. Now I'm going to carve the distolingual cusp. And now I'm going to carve this distal cusp. It looks almost diagonal. Now I'm going to carve the triangular fossa. Just take a small part with a sharp pen like this. Now I'm going to do the triangular fossa on the mesial side. Same like the distal side, just carve out the small part and adjust the cuspal according to that. Yeah, that is it. So crown is almost over. That's it. So there is like 3 buccal cusps and 2 lingual cusps, 2 triangular fossas. That's it. Now just rounded the end parts and finish the crown. Rounded the ends like this and gauze it. So we're going to do the root now. Now I've cut the root part and I've taken the buccal side. So the mesial root is actually kind of tilted in the end and the distal root is kind of straight and tilted distal side. It is curved inward, mesial root is. So I drew a line like this in the end of the mesial side and a line like this in the distal side, and I'm going to carve the excess part. and here also I'm going to carve the excess part. So can you see this part is tilted and the distal part is curved distally. Now it is actually two rooted, so we're just going to divide. I'm drawing a line up to the mid so that I don't make the bifurcation area too big. Now start removing wax from both the sides. Before that, there is another step, that is, when you see from the mesial and the distal side, it should look like as if it is single rooted. So I'm just going to remove the excess part and make it look like a single root, and also it should be kind of fat and it should be in this shape. So I'm just gonna remove. Like this, can you see? So I'm just going to finish the whole thing. So I've just carved the excess part in the side. So from mesial side it should look like this. On distal side it should look like this. Okay. So we want to do the root now. Draw a line until the mid of the root and keep it as a border and then start carving from both the sides. Follow the same patterns to divide the root and increase the bifurcation area. Now since the distal root is kind of straight, I'm going to follow this kind of movement in the root. And since the mesial root is tilted, that is curved inwards, I'm just gonna do curve movement with the carver. That is like this. Okay. Don't forget the mesial root is tilted inwards, the distal root is straight. So now I've done the root. It is curved like this in the mesial side and straight like this on the distal side. Now there is developmental depression on the mesial side, that is in the curved root. I'm just drawing a line and it do developmental depression like this. Can you see? That's it, the root teeth is done now. So yeah, that's how it should be. But this developmental groove needn't be this far, it can be a little lower also. So the tooth is done now. I'm just going to tell the parts. This is the mesiobuccal. This is the mesiobuccal cusp, the distobuccal cusp. This is the distal cusp. This is the distolingual cusp. This is the mesiolingual cusp. And the root from the mesial side is curved inwards, and the distal root is straight or distally. It should look like it's distally turned. Like this. Also needn't be this sharp. It should look like this, and then as a developmental depression on the mesial side. So I'm just going to remind the steps from first. First step is you cut the distal side, then you do the crest of curvature, that is from the mesial side by drawing 3 lines, and then you do the cusps, that is first the mesiobuccal cusp, distobuccal cusp, mesiolingual cusp, distolingual cusp, distal cusp. Then you finish the crown, and then in the root part, first you just do the root is mesial root is tilted like this, distal root is straight like this. That's it. That's about the mandibular molar. Thank you.